Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Wookie and this is how you get Prime PT every time. As a Pteranodon, you have the hidden Prime achievement already completed. To make it easier, all we need to do is hit the following points. Visit a sanctuary, get perfect diets, and visit around 5 or more migration zones or 8 patrol zones. The exact numbers are a little bit hazy for me, but that's why we do the TheIsle Mach loop. In this video, I grew PT over 4 times to prove it's possible on both AI and non-AI populated servers. For example, in the AI server, I'm playing on Meta's Den. On the non-AI server, I'm playing on Petit Pete's NA server. I have no affiliation with these guys. The servers were just half full when I jumped on, so it gave me a balanced look on how the growth fares in a medium pop density, and it also meant I could get on as a Pteranodon because Petit Pete's has pop control. On AI enabled servers, getting your 3 perfect diets is easy. Clams and fish from spearfishing will secure you your A diet from the get-go and give you that sweet 100% growth boost from the start. Currently, as of August 2026, spearfishing is bugged and the fish won't be caught when you are under around 35 to 40%. So please get clams instead. Remember, clams are got from mud pools and then they must be hit on rocks to break them open before you can eat them. Hold the clam in your mouth, walk up to as many rock faces as possible to find one that works, and then use left mouse button to attack the rock with the clam and it will break open after a certain amount of RNG tries. There's a specific animation for this. It looks like this. If you're not doing that, you're not getting it open. I still recommend getting B diet from chicken and rabbits. They tend to bug out and just stand by rocks these days, so it's actually quite easy to just fly over and just bop them on the head a few times and catch them. If they are giving foot to a little bit of a chase, you're quite fast as a PT these days anyway, because we've had a bit of a speed buff, so when you're big enough you can chase them down. If you can't chase them yet, just wait until you grow bigger and then you can chase them down, because you'll be faster than them. So just ignore B diet for now if you really don't want to do any fighting until you're bigger. For Y diet, you can find turtles here on the South Beach. This is a go-to. They spawn there all the time. I've never not seen turtles on this stretch of beach, to be honest. And there's probably going to be one that's already dead there anyway if you're on a high pop server that has AI. If not, just peck the head as many times as needed and free Y diet. On non-AI servers or PvP servers, you need to scavenge. My good friend, be the little sky rat you were born to be. Beg, borrow and steal until you hit around 50% growth. Get your second mutation, and then you can start scrapping the smaller weight juveniles like Trudons, Heras, Omnis, Carnos even, and then you're on your way to victory. The organs to look out for that give you specific diets are the following. You need the lungs and stomach for A diet, you want the hearts for B diet, and the intestines for Y diet, or as we like to call them, noodles. Noodles. The Mach loop is the best chance you have of getting Prime as a Pteranodon. And better yet, it is super simple to follow. The first thing you're going to do is fly down from water access towards Delta. Then, after visiting a sanctuary on the way and getting your clams from this mud pit here by the bridge, it has less foot traffic than the one at water access, so I prefer it. Once you are full, pick up the clam and carry it to the bottom of Forks Plains, where Delta splits off into 2 main channels. You can finish your clam on this mountain here. Once finished, go down a smaller channel, find a bush and top up on your water. Then it's off to swamps. At this point you have 2 choices. You either bank right and draw a straight line towards South Plains, or like me, you head south towards the swamp sanctuary and hunt some Heras, Omnis, Trudons, maybe even a baby croc if you get lucky. Just watch out for the Beppies. They are out for blood. Also, make sure to spearfish once if you are hungry in West swamps. In West Swamps, you're avoiding crocs quite heavily, and you're avoiding a lot of foot traffic. If you don't feel comfortable fighting in Sanctuaries yet, I highly recommend just spearfishing here. Cover yourself, get some food before you head into South Plains. Once you hit South Plains, you're going to make a smooth curve over towards the Mudflats Sanctuary. Stop by there and see what's about. You should be fairly well sized at this point. If you're feeling feisty, you'll definitely be able to kill some stuff. There's plenty of small Rexes, Carnos and Allo spawn points in the South Plains area for you to top up and pursue your perfect diet if you haven't done so already. After Mudflats, it's straight across to Lagoon and then up to West Rail. Don't hang about here though, as we are heading for the Glory Lands. We're heading through to Highlands Sanctuary. Easily the best sanctuary for Pteranodon hunting in, and my personal favourite spot to torture young Allos, Delos, Omnis, Kentros.
A few moments later.
Dibbles, Trikes, Hipsies.
5 hours later.
And you can't forget Herreras, but please, please, please watch out for Ceratosaurus. They stack on weight really, really quickly and they will end your run for you without a second heartbeat. You can fight them later on, but a fresh prime PT is no match for a Ceratosaurus that has been in the sanctuary for about 10 minutes. Hunting in sanctuaries varies wildly depending on the sanctuary you are hunting in. East Lake, Northern Jungle and South Plains are super forested areas with lots of hard cover, lots of hidey bits and lots of trees in the way of strafing runs, whereas Highlands, Mudflaps and Swamps all have open areas ideal for patrolling above the tree line. My best advice is to keep to open areas. You don't want a rogue branch colliding with you and sending you hurtling down towards your doom or a Cerato's mouth. Keep your distance fairly high above the ground, but don't go out of visible distance so that you lose track of targets easily. I personally don't like skimming the sanctuary trees right above them because a good Herrera player can easily get height on you from any of the surrounding structures and end your run pretty quickly. Also, make sure when sitting on rocks to be vigilant. Don't linger too long unless you know for a fact that Herreras cannot jump you from above. Like in this clip here, I was blissfully unaware of the Herrera player and it nearly cost me my run. This rock in Highlands gives you plenty of warning of climbing Herreras or jumping Omnis without taking you out of the fight too far. Alternatively, I use this rock here to regen stam and health, while still being able to watch over the sanctuary. For playstyle, keep swooping in. Don't run everywhere on the ground and don't fly too high. Observe the scene. What else can you see besides your target? Should you attack it, or is another target lurking just out of earshot ready to run you down? Is the target talking? Does it have pack mates? Can you third party a fight instead of taking the 1v1? If the hunter becomes the hunted, then they are on the back foot immediately, rather than only having you as a threat, and then they can see you coming and prepare for your dive bomb attack. Do you like what you're hearing so far? Why not drop a sub? And if you pop a like on the video, you'll save it for later reference. Go on. I know you want to. Next up, we have mutations. Here are all of the mutations I would take. I've given you 2 options for each one. Options marked with an asterisk are the easier to grow set, whereas the other options will set you up for starvation a little bit more, especially on the non-AI servers, but they will give you more damage output when you hit prime. Your first mutation will be a choice of efficient digestion for obvious reasons and congenital congenital hypoalgesia? Hypoalgesia. Yeah, let's run with that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
With enhanced digestion being the safe pick here, to help with the fact PT will outgrow its stomach very, very quickly as you gear up towards your second mutation. Speaking of, that second mutation slot is either going to be hypermetabolic inanition, or if you took digestion for the first one, this is when you take congenital. It's a must. You are fighting bigger species all the time. Just take it. Please. please take it. At full grown adult hitting 75%, you'll take either reinforced tendons, giving you cheaper stamina costs for jumping. This is actually hidden and it is unlocked by jumping 50 times in your dinosaur's life, or photosynthetic tissue for a faster health regen. Then the prime slot can either be sustained hydration as your safe bet, or hemomania for that extra crit damage on bleeding targets. Although I think this is a tad overkill myself, seeing as you 2-shot or 3-shot most juveniles when fully maxed at 85% growth anyway. So I don't think you need that extra damage on a bleeding target, and PT bleed isn't that great. So in my opinion, sustained hydration, or you can take nesting abilities if you want to nest loads of people in. There are quite a few nesting mutations now. Or you can just pick any of the ones above that you missed out on. Prime hunting. What can and can't you kill? This is a great point, and as a rule of thumb, you can kill anything around your weight class in the Isle. Your weight is your health and your bite force is your damage. With better practice, you can start to annoy the bigger contenders in Sanctuaries like Dibbles, Trikes, Stegos, Ceres. But first, I'd hunt the slimmer, lighter carnivores. Dilophosaurus, Omniraptors. You can get Beppies, fresh spawn Kentrosaurus go down really easily. Allosaurus and Carnos can be quite easy to kill. So there's a real mix of carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores that you can hunt in Sanctuaries. But just be wary that the bigger contenders, the Dibbles, the Trikes, the Stegos, the Ceres, pack on weight really quickly, so you're not going to be able to 1-shot, 2-shot them as easily. You're going to have to maneuver around them, use your ground speed in order to strafe them, maybe even get pack mates and dive bomb them with multiple PTs to constantly keep them guessing as to who's going to attack them next, and go for an overwhelming strategy. I'd love to hear how your prime run goes in the comments. Why not check out this cinematic video of my prime PT hunting in the Highlands Sanctuary. See you next time.